Hi, Weenies. Okay, y'all. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter video, okay? How are y'all doing today? Today is Thursday. It's almost Friday. It's almost Friday. We're so close to the end of the week. This week has felt like a decade. I don't know what it is. Like, just went by so slow. But, I mean, we get a couple days off from Phil. That's a plus. Speaking of Phil, it's been like so emotionally exhausting to watch him because he's been so like back and forth on everything. Like it's so exhausting because you're just like up and down. He's up and down, up and down, up and down. I don't know. It's exhausting. Um he's lost his damn mind, as you can see from the thumbnail, right? Yeah, I wanted to cover a few things that this guy said about maybe about 2 days ago on one of his streams. And I want to observe the behavior from it. And we also have some more stuff to cover, which I'm going to do in a separate video from last night's stream.
For the internet, Phil's not wearing an overshirt.
Yeah, separate video. Yes, it does fall under the criteria of him losing his damn mind, but I got to do all that separate, y'all. That is worthy of its own video. Which also, today y'all are going to get 2 videos, and tomorrow hopefully y'all also get 2 videos. I've been busting my ass, y'all, okay? I've been trying to give y'all more, trying to give y'all what you deserve. But also, I might be streaming Silk Song again tomorrow night. Anyways, Weenies, this is the day that Phil was just having like mental crash out after mental crash out after mental crash out. He started off saying, "Oh, it's not just about the money. You have to start doing what you love." He's talking about the fact that he likes to play that little sweet coding game, but it never hits the goals. And he's like, "Y'all like to tell me to do what I like, so why are you telling me that if you're not going to come support it?" It's a whole meltdown, okay? So that's what we're going to be reacting to today, because it's just like a clear display of Phil's like manic habits. Like he's so manic means like you're going from one extreme to the other, right? And that's exactly what he's doing. And not only that, but it shows it's like a narcissistic breakdown. Really. It's horrible. So that's what we're reacting to today, Weenies. Oh, and remember, guys, I have my memberships active, and so if you would like to become a weenie, which, again, as I always say, you being here, watching and reacting with my content alone makes you a weenie, of course. But if you want a little hot dog next to your name, along with a bunch of other extra content, just become a member, and you'll get to see some extra stuff and have a weenie next to your name. How fun! But as always, weenies, if you enjoy my content, just make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get started. Okay, guys, so this first little clip is Phil's talking about why it shouldn't just be about money. It should be about what you love to do. So let's listen to this first little bit before we get into the juicy parts, okay?
It is about support and stuff like that. But at the same time, at some point, you got to kind of put your foot down and be like, no, I'm also going to try to enjoy myself while I'm doing it. That's the point of gaming. Okay? That is. Like, that's the whole idea behind video games, is that you somehow get a level of enjoyment out of it. It's not supposed to be you're sitting down to play a video game and you're grinding and it's work. That's actually not the point. I think a lot of content creators have lost that joy. I grind, and that's how I make my living. Grind this shit out today. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, yes, Phil. Yes, you are so passionate. You love what you do, right? You totally love what you...
The point of video games is supposed to be enjoyment. If you're sitting there and you play a game for 5 hours on a stream and you don't enjoy a moment of it, you fucked up. You're doing it wrong. That's not the point of what was created. You understand? It's supposed to be for the joy of it. And I get it, because it's all about money now. It's the same thing that happens with professional sports or wherever big money comes, right? Well, do you think that the pro athlete always loves what they're doing? No, but they should at the very least love the game they're playing.
Is he really comparing himself to a pro athlete right now? Phil, pro athletes, NFL players, like let's say Patrick Mahomes, for example, makes millions. Millions. And not to mention the physical demand and continuous need to stay in shape. I think that's just a stupid comparison, really, to somebody that sits on his ass and plays games all day and shows no joy in it. It's just silly Willy. Let's let him finish.
If they're going to make it their living and what they're going to do the most of, then they should actually have some level of enjoyment of doing it. I think that's been lost by a hell of a lot of people.
Okay, first of all, do you notice his arm cross? His arm cross. When people cross their arms, it's a body language response to them not really believing what they're saying. And also not really wanting to move forward with the conversation, but Phil doesn't seem to have control of his own mouth half the time. He doesn't believe what he's saying. Therefore, he doesn't want to say it. And so he's going to cross his arms and kind of remove himself physically from the conversation, but he's unable mentally to stop talking. So, the whole point of that, it's ironic for him to say that in general, right? Oh, but it gets better. Oh, it gets better. Okay?
Be long. In fact, maybe I don't even want to play a clip. You know what? I'm just going to go use the bathroom quickly. Start with Sweet Code N2. So now, just like I said, attendance will now dwindle. We're going to go down to like 150 or less on YouTube. I bet we'll go down to like 50 on Kick, even though we had 120. Watch. But guys, I mean it now. Support this goddamn stream right now. I mean it. I don't want this game, which I love, and I want to share with you. I want to share my passion for gaming with you. I want you to support this stream to show that every one of you that says, just play what you love, you should be here right now supporting Sweet Code N2. Because if you...
Phil, I'm going to say this. The people that are telling you just do what you love aren't saying do what you love and we'll pay you. What they're trying to tell you is do what you love and don't worry about the money. Dude, you make enough money to play at least one stream of a game that you really like and not have to worry about hitting the goal. You make enough money to do that. You're just greedy.
You say that's the best course of action, then you should support what you think is the best course of action. And that's the problem. People talk, but they don't act. So they say, just play whatever you want, you'll be successful. Well, I'm doing that literally right now. I'm about to play Sweet Code N2, which I want to play. Now support Sweet Code N2. Get it? You need to put your money where your mouth is. You need to support these things, or else I can't do that. I want to play more games that I like, but I need people to actually show up for them so that I can play them. So do it right now.
Like an actual child. I want. So you do it right now. His demanding has gotten so bad. And it's the people that are enabling him, like Final Wish, Princess Luna, people like that are enabling him, that makes him think that this is okay. Because my last video, I showed y'all like a huge, nasty demand session. And what happened? He got enabled. So what does he feel like is going to happen again? This is justified. Because in the past, he's been able to do it, and people still give him money, so why can't he still do it now? You know what I mean? He's not smart enough to listen to himself and realize that what he's saying is nasty, wrong, and you shouldn't treat people like that. No. He's gotten what he's wanted. It's like a literal child. If a child is screaming and crying in the store for a toy and throwing themselves on the floor and screaming and making a scene, embarrassing the shit out of you, are you going to buy them that toy? No. Because the next time you go into the store and they see another toy that they want, they're going to think, okay, this is the way I act, and this is how I got it last time by acting this way, so I'm going to do it again. No. Phil is like a literal toddler. He has never grown up.
Let's go. Let's get a super chat. Let's get a sub. Let's get a membership. Let's get a tip. Let's get some kicks.
The kicks are like little bits from Twitch. They're like little bits that are a penny each. But he apparently keeps 100% of it. So he's kind of pushing it, you know, because PayPal takes them out, YouTube takes them out. Kick takes stuff out of the subs, of course, but apparently Kick's, the creator, keeps 100% of. So he's really pushing people to give him that.
Corpse Fire says the game's very boring, though. Well, then shut the fuck up. I don't care. You say I should play what I like. I like this game. I don't find it boring, so I'm going to play it. And you're going to support it. Or else shut up about playing what I like. I'm tired of hearing the bullshit. See, you don't like it when I speak facts.
Yes, Phil, because telling people to shut the fuck up and they need to shut the fuck up and support you regardless is facts. That's facts. Phil, he's so stupid. His logic, it doesn't match. His logic makes zero sense.
When I speak rational fact, you don't like that. Well, everyone says just play what you want and you'll be successful. Okay, I'm about to. Run for the hills, everyone. He's playing so good and oh. Then shut up. Then don't say that.
Don't say that. Phil, you can't control what people say. You can't control what people do. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to control these people. He's like, if I'm going to do what I want to do, but you know what? Let me stop myself there, because Phil has always said, I can do what I want to do and y'all are still going to support me. He has made a huge point out of that. What about now? Where's that point that you made now?
But people keep saying it. And I keep saying that's not reality. That if I just played what I wanted all the time, I wouldn't be successful. And it'd be, oh no, that's just because it's your attitude, it's this, that. No. You want to know what it is? It's the fucking troll pieces of shit who scare people away who like this content.
It's always got to be somebody else's fault. He can't even open a bottle of water and admit that he maybe opened it wrong. He blames the people that made the water bottles. They filled it up too much. He can't pour beer into a can of beer into a glass without blaming the can for being unpourable. He can't admit that his attitude and his abusive behavior runs people off. No. It's the trolls. It's us. It's the detractors that are causing an unsafe environment. Phil, you don't even allow us in there. You keep yourself in this weird safe space. And how are the detractors creating an unsafe environment when it's literally the environment that you created yourself? You have so many rules. People get blocked for the dumbest shit. Not my fault, guys. I did nothing wrong.
Because there's a ton of people who like this, but they won't show up to my streams because they're of the impression if they show up, they're going to be harassed. Which probably isn't far from the truth. Let's say someone really likes this game and just happens upon my stream. Oh, I want to send Phil $10. Now they get harassed for it. So why would they want to come support my stream? I've never experienced that before on anyone else's stream. You're right. I'm the lucky one, right? Who gets this vortex of mentally deficient fucking weirdos who won't leave my viewers alone.
Phil, again, this is a reality that you created based on the decisions you decided to make, your lack of accountability, zero apologetic attitude that you have towards your mistakes, foul, disgusting, abusive behavior that people don't like, and they're not going to take it. Never, not once has he taken responsibility for how people act towards him. It creates a lot of resentment, how you act. And it's not just towards these people, towards the trolls. It's towards your audience. It's the way that you are. It's who you are that has created this entire community that dislikes you. And you don't let them speak their mind to you directly because you're a coward. And so what do? We make YouTube channels. We make Twitter accounts. We make a whole entire restreaming account where we watch you and talk shit about you because we can't do it to you because you're scared. You're a coward. We can't talk rationally to you because you are the one that doesn't like to hear fact. You are the one that doesn't like to hear criticism. Maybe if you allowed people to speak their mind more, you wouldn't have so much resentment towards you from so many people.
It's ass. It's not fair. I should be able to play what I like and have a positive audience. I'm not allowed to because of these shitbags. Okay? You want me to speak matter-of-factly? That's the truth. It's these shitbags who fucking ruin everything. I can't have a positive audience. How could I? In fact, think of it this way. When you come to my stream and you make fun of me, well, now you're protected. Now you know that the shitbags won't come after you. So I want you to think about that, how fucked up that is. And when people come and say, cultivate an audience, I can't. You can't cultivate an audience when you have toxic shit. That's like saying, just make a nice greenhouse, cultivate the plants. So you start growing plants, but someone is putting poison gas into your greenhouse and you have no ability to stop it.
No. No, Phil. Let's use your analogy, okay? So it's like having a greenhouse where you're trying to grow crops for a living so you can survive, right? You're saying that it's people just sneaking in and putting gas, right? No. Your greenhouse is so unkept. There's chips in the glass, there's breaks in the glass you haven't fixed because you refuse to take accountability for those breaks. So you have insects that get in. You have cold air that shouldn't be getting in. When it snows, the cold air kills your crops because it can't create that humid environment that your plants are needing. Because you refuse to fix the breaks in your greenhouse. Because those breaks aren't your fault. The breaks aren't your fault. The glass just wasn't made right. You shouldn't have to fix it. Your plants should grow regardless of the things that you've done to the greenhouse that affects the growth of your crops. You got it twisted, bud. You got a lot of things twisted, but that is one of the biggest things that you got twisted is that you are at fault for where you are now. Every ounce of it. Every ounce. I'm not justifying some of the stuff that detractors in the past have done to you, like, raiding your house or whatever, like whatever. Big things like that. But the environment that you have created, the amount of people that hate you, you created that. No one else. Nobody just goes up and decides to hate nobody for no reason. That's not how it usually works. Fix your greenhouse, Phil.
There's no way to ventilate the greenhouse. So everything you're growing, you're doing right, and it dies anyway. So instead of yelling at me and saying, I'm doing everything wrong, how about this? How about you stop being part of the poison and you start being part of the positivity? How about you stop watching the fucking restreamer, the piece of shit who steals the content, to try to be like I'm the devil when you know I'm not. You know I'm not the worst person on the fucking planet.
And big ups Raw, Phil, by the way. Phil does this thing where he's like, I'm not the worst person on the planet. And like, that still doesn't make you a good person, Phil. Hitler himself can say, I'm not the worst person on the planet. There's blah, 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 blah over there doing this or that. It's like, yeah, but okay. There's people doing worse. Okay, maybe Hitler wasn't a good example. You get what I'm saying. Still doesn't justify your actions. You're still doing wrong. You're still doing bad. Are you a murderer? No. Are you a PDF? No. You're still a piece of shit, Phil. That's really what it comes down to.
With all the shit that's happened in the last several years of content creation, I'm far from it. I may be your favorite guy to make fun of, but I'm certainly not the worst content creator. You know that. So instead of saying the awful thing like, it's your fault because you're not cultivating the audience. It's your fault because you're not playing what you love. So then I play what I love and I try to cultivate an audience and it doesn't work because of the trolls. So why don't you stop the bullshit? Why don't we live in reality for once instead of this fucking fantasy world of rainbows and unicorns and leprechauns dancing on pots of gold that doesn't exist? What exists is reality here where I'm doing the best with what I've got and I try to do things that I like and they don't work. There's nothing I can do about that.
Oh, there's definitely something you could do, Phil. You can make a formal apology for all the shit that you've done over the years. You could formally admit to everything that you have lied about. And you could start over. It's easy. You could have even gone to Stephen Cambion's thing and do the lie detector test or whatever. You could have done that and you could have been free from all of that. I guarantee you, Phil, that if you were to be genuine and actually take responsibility for every single thing that you have done and start over that way, you would have way less hate. You still will have people that are going to hate you regardless, but I can almost guarantee that you would have a fresh start. But you're unable to do that because you are so mentally sick in the head and spoiled and mommy's little boy that you don't think that you've done anything wrong. And so you're never going to have that freedom. You're never going to be set free, ever. And you're just going to be sitting here stuck in this weird fantasy land in delusion that it's not your fault, that you didn't do anything wrong. That's a miserable life. That's a confusing ass life, dude. Can you imagine living like that? Confused as hell. Not thinking you did anything wrong, and yet there's all this bad happening to you, and you're just sitting there like, what the fuck? Like, just walking through the world. Everything's against me. Dude, I couldn't imagine living with that little self-awareness. Terrible. Awful.
Because I'm not the one in control, you know? It sucks. I wish that these businesses would clamp down on this garbage, because if people wouldn't basically steal my shit and harass the viewers, then I'd be fine. I'd be able to play games like Suicode, right? But I can't, because then it doesn't work, right? And it's hilarious because every time that I talk fact, the actual freaking out and spurging of the detractors begins. Because it's kind of like you don't want to ever look at your own reflection. So then when you get talked to with facts, you can't handle it. So your head fucking fries. Because they're spurging out right now in the kick chat. They can't take the facts that I'm spewing. They're like, instead, they're like, oh, no, it's this. No. You just can't handle facts. You don't like facts. You like your narrative, this cozy narrative that you've created around yourself, this blanket of weirdos.
Phil, I wish I could talk to you face to face. I wish that you would give me the opportunity to speak to you civilly and for you to listen to what I have to say. I'll give you facts, dude. I'll give you hard, cold facts. But you would ban me. You'd ban me from your life because you can't handle it. You can't handle it. You can't handle facts. You ban. You ban.
What happened to normal units? So I can't get on the leaderboard. You want to say positive things? Just play what you like. Cultivate a positive audience.
Well, what the fuck? My audio messed up on that clip, I guess. Oh my. That was the tail end, guys. That was the tail end of that. Him pretty much just saying, you're telling me to cultivate an audience, so be the audience and respect my content and support me. Can we please get some support? So when I'm playing Suicode and it's like, well, it's another dead stream. We literally just had 8 or 9 straight streams of hitting the goals. Can we stop? Can we break this fucking pattern? I'm serious. I'm pissed at it now. This is a good game I'm about to play. Now, you might not agree or you might not respect the classics, and that's okay. But you at least respect my content, or else you wouldn't be here in a positive capacity. Let's get some goddamn support right now so that when I play this game, I don't have to fucking worry about. Yeah. Phil's delusional, as usual. He is projecting. He's deflecting. He's lost his damn mind. That's the quote of the day. He's lost his damn mind. Oh, and he's lost his mind more today. He works out, guys. Let's just say that. For the internet, Phil's not wearing an overshirt. Again, that's a video for another day. Yeah, this is a little bit of a shorter video, but when he gives me these inside looks into his brain and his own festering delusions, I have to talk about it. I have to examine it with you guys and show you. And it's starting to get more and more intense, I feel like. I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. That's all, Weenies. I hope that y'all have a good Thursday. And tomorrow's Friday. Woo! What are your plans this weekend? You got any special plans? Make sure you stop by my gaming live stream tomorrow night, though, just for a little bit and say hi. Enjoy your 2 days off of Phil, also. You deserve it. We all deserve it. Alright, guys. I love you so much. And see you next time. Bye, Weenies. I don't want to do that. I don't want to give him money. He certainly doesn't deserve it.